A wrestler has two goals they need to accomplish every time they have a match. One is to give the fans an entertaining show, and the other is to make sure their opponent doesn't get hurt. In order to accomplish that second goal, wrestlers sometimes have to put themselves in harm's way in order to protect their opponent from injury. This is exactly what Becky Lynch did at WrestleMania 32. At the show, Becky faced off against Sasha Banks and Charlotte Flair to crown the inaugural women's champion. All three women brought their A game, but Charlotte also brought along her father, Ric Flair. Despite being 67 years old at the time, the Nature Boy still got involved in the match. This caused Becky Lynch to hit the WWE Hall of Famer with a suicide dive. It looked good, but if you watch it in slow motion, you'll notice that Becky Lynch rotates her body so that she hits the floor and takes the brunt of the impact. This kept Ric Flair safe and was a noble move on Becky Lynch's part. In the main event of Raw in 2012, 10 wrestlers faced off in a battle royal to determine who would face CM Punk for the WWE Championship. The Big Show, Wade Barrett, R-Truth, and Dolph Ziggler were four of the men in the match. After Barrett and Truth got eliminated, Big Show lifted Dolph Ziggler up and sent the show off flying out of the ring. It's difficult to see from the angle shown on TV, but watching a video filmed by a fan, you can more easily see what went wrong. Ziggler was at a weird angle, and Wade Barrett had to catch Dolph almost entirely on his own. Both R-Truth and Dolph Ziggler were okay, but the same wasn't true for Barrett. He dislocated his left elbow and ended up missing WrestleMania, as well as the big payday that comes with wrestling on the show. This was an incredibly selfless act on Wade Barrett's part, and had he not acted, Dolph Ziggler could have been the one who got injured. Impact Wrestling, or TNA's X Division, was unmatched in the 2000s due to how many insane stunts were performed. However, during the Ultimate X match at Bound for Glory 2009, things went too far, and someone's career nearly ended. Towards the end of the match, Suicide and Christopher Daniels were fighting 15 feet or 4.5 meters above the ring. It's not even clear what they were trying to do, but things clearly didn't go right, and both men went crashing down onto the mat. However, if you watch closely, you'll see that Christopher Daniels was about to land head first. However, Suicide shielded Daniels from the impact with his own body. The landing still had to hurt, but had Daniels landed on his head, he likely wouldn't wrestle ever again. On a 2019 episode of NXT, Keith Lee, Dominik Dijakovic, and Roderick Strong fought in a triple threat match for the North American Championship. All three men put on a phenomenal show for the fans, but the whole thing nearly turned ugly at one point. While Strong and Dijakovic were on the turnbuckles, Keith Lee caught them and went to hit a powerbomb. Unfortunately, Roderick Strong didn't have enough momentum to make the flip. To save Roderick Strong, Keith Lee fell backward, but in doing so, smacked the back of his head on the middle rope and risked falling head first out of the ring. Thankfully, everyone was okay, and it was all due to Keith Lee's quick thinking. At Impact Wrestling Slammiversary pay-per-view in 2022, 6 female wrestlers competed in the first ever Queen of the Mountain match. It's sort of like a reverse ladder match, with the winner being the first person to hang the title above the ring. Despite the odd rules, the match was just as insane as a normal ladder match. The craziest moment was when Chelsea Green and Deonna Purrazzo got pushed off a ladder and crashed through 2 tables. However, the two overshot it and ended up taking a hard fall onto the floor. To minimize the damage, Purrazzo pulled Green towards her as they fell, which caused Chelsea's body to land on top of Deonna's arm. However, it also looked like Chelsea Green tried to take the brunt of the impact, so both women put themselves in harm's way to protect the other. It ended up working, as it was reported that neither one suffered any serious injuries. Sasha Banks once saved Carmella from breaking her neck. To see what happened, watch this video.